What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So starting an LLC can be incredibly stressful, but today I'm going to explain how to do it in the good old state of Wyoming. So if you're thinking about starting a business in Wyoming, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to explain the two main ways you can do it. One is doing it yourself through the state, and the other is using an LLC service that takes care of all the hassle and the paperwork for you. I'm going to explain both options step by step so you know exactly what you need to do. I'll be using Tailor Brands for the LLC service to show you how it works. If you want to go check it out, there's a link in the description below. So a limited liability company, or LLC, as it's more commonly known, is a type of business structure that combines the flexibility and simple nature of a partnership with the liability protection of a corporation. By forming an LLC, you establish a separate legal entity for your business, meaning your personal assets are separate from your company's liabilities. In other words, if your LLC has any legal problems or even debt, your personal assets should be safe. Also, LLCs give their owners flexibility in management, taxation options, and the chance to bring in multiple owners known as members who can share in the company's profits and losses. All of these benefits have made the LLC a popular choice for many entrepreneurs starting new or existing ventures. Now, you can set up an LLC two different ways, like I mentioned earlier. To start off, let's go through the process to do it on your own. So, first up, you need to choose a name for your LLC. It has to be unique and not too similar to any existing business names. A quick way to check is by using Wyoming's Secretary of State business name search tool. You can also do a basic Google search to catch anything that might already be in use. Now, as for the naming rules in Wyoming, they're pretty simple. The main requirement is that your name must include the words limited liability company or one of the approved abbreviations like LLC or L.L.C. Other than that, you've got a lot of flexibility. Now, you need a registered agent. A registered agent's job is to be the middleman for important legal documents for your business from the state. You or another member of the LLC who is a legal resident of Wyoming can be a registered agent for the LLC. Now, it's important to take into consideration availability if you want to go this route. If all of the members work full-time outside of the business, fulfilling those duties in-house may get tricky. Because of that, an outside person or service may be a better fit. So consider all of your options. Now, we can actually move on to creating the LLC. Wyoming does this by officially filing the Articles of Organization with the state. Now, some of the questions you're going to see in the Articles of Organization are the name and the address of the LLC, the name and address of the registered agent, and whether the LLC you are forming will be a close limited liability company. A close LLC limits who can be members and restricts who can purchase shares of the company. You also need the signature of the organizer of the LLC and the signature of your registered agent or service acting as your registered agent. State fees are due with the application, and the fee is $100 if you mail your paperwork in or $102 if you complete your application online. Next step is to create your own operating agreement. Wyoming doesn't require LLCs to have one, but an operating agreement makes sure all of the members are on the same page. Even in a single-member LLC, it's still better to have one than not. Think of it as a blueprint for your business. The agreement itself should have the breakdown in ownership, members' rights and responsibilities, how profits and losses are divided, what happens in the event of disputes in the business, and the procedure if a member wants to leave or close the LLC altogether. Now, these documents are often called living agreements, meaning they can and should be changed at any time to show any changes in the LLC as it evolves and grows. Next, you need an employer identification number, or EIN, for your business. An EIN is basically your business's social security number. Having one is crucial to opening a business bank account, applying for a loan, hire employees, or even pay your business income taxes. Getting an EIN is free and can be done online or by mail directly through the IRS. Finally, you need to get your business ready to pay the necessary taxes. Because LLCs are considered pass-through entities, the business itself isn't responsible for reporting and paying taxes. That responsibility is passed on to the owner or owners unless you choose to be taxed as a corporation. So, all income from the business is then reported and paid through the owner's personal tax returns. Now, in the state of Wyoming, you're off the hook for state income tax since the state doesn't tax at the individual or the corporate level. But while you may not have to worry about state taxes, there are still self-employment and payroll taxes if you plan to have employees, along with sales tax. Now, sales taxes are applied to the sale of physical goods and services. You can get your sales tax license online or by mailing in the paperwork. The cost is $60. Now, how often you need to submit taxes to the state depends on your estimated sales. The Wyoming Department of Revenue will let you know how often you need to send in tax you've collected. Now, along with taxes, LLCs in Wyoming have to file annual reports. Those reports are due on the first day of your registration anniversary. So say you file your LLC on March 10th, that means your renewals would be due March 1st each year. As of last year, the state fee is $60 for every $250,000 in assets, plus an additional filing fee if you submit your payment online. All right, if going through all these steps on your own sounds like a lot, don't worry, you're not alone. Personally, I just didn't have the time to learn everything and make sure I was doing it all correctly, and honestly, I didn't want to risk messing something up and having to start all over. That's why I went with Tailor Brands to form my business. If you're short on time or just want to avoid the stress of figuring out all the paperwork and legal details, using a business formation service like Tailor Brands can really simplify the process. It takes a lot of the guesswork out and helps you move forward with confidence. Now, personally, I see Tailor Brands as one of the best options out there, especially for first-time business owners, because they walk you through everything step by step and make it feel easy. Now, that being said, there are other great services too, like ZenBusiness, LegalZoom, and Swift Filing. So, if you want to learn more about those, I've left some review videos down in the description for you to go check out. All right, if you haven't heard about Tailor Brands, they've been around since 2014, helping new business owners launch their businesses more easily. It's basically an all-in-one platform that uses AI to guide you through setting up a business with tools for website hosting, branding, finance, and legal stuff like LLC formation, all in one place. So to start your LLC with Tailor Brands, just head over to their website, choose your state. You're going to see a drop-down menu. Go ahead and select Wyoming, then click Get Started. After that, you'll type in the name you want to use for your LLC. From there, you'll go through a short set of questions to help them understand your business, like where it's based, what kind of products or services you'll offer, whether you're going to have employees, and what stage your business is actually in. They're also going to ask if you might need help with things like getting an EIN, a registered agent, setting up a business bank account, and more. And don't worry, you're not committing to anything. It's just to help them tailor the experience to what you actually need. Now, the last step is choosing your plan with Tailor Brands. They offer 3 different options, from a $0 plan or from a $0 a month plan, where you only pay the state filing fee, to a full service package that includes marketing tools and branding support. So they have something for every budget and can cater to any need, no matter what stage your business is at. Finally, once you pick your plan, Tailor Brands will take care of submitting your LLC application on your behalf. So at the end of the day, setting up an LLC doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can use a business formation service like Tailor Brands to handle all of the paperwork and legal stuff so you can focus on actually building your business. All right, we've covered 2 ways to set up an LLC in Wyoming. Now, whether you decide to do it yourself or go with a service like Tailor Brands, both are solid options. Personally, I'd recommend Tailor Brands to anyone starting a new business, especially if, like me, you're looking for help with everything from start to finish. It's convenient and really takes the pressure off if you're worried about making a mistake. And that's about it for today's video. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, hit that like button and subscribe for more just like this. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want to try Tailor Brands out, check out the affiliate link in the description. For most products we talk about, we do have special deals that you wouldn't be able to get if you went straight to their websites. And as always, I love hearing from you guys, so drop those comments and questions down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Finally, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.